How's it going, everyone? So, driving again, and I just wanted to talk about sovereignty. So, in my understandings and the way I teach what I've learned is we are all sovereign beings in our heart center. We all have that spark of the divine, whatever you would call it with your beliefs. There are infinite names for the nameless and the formless that manifest us all, and we are all made completely of it. And with this in nature, we are creator beings, co-creator beings with the one, the source that manifests us all from its cosmic womb. And a lot of that's coming out now and being talked about a lot more. So many shifts going on. So many people can feel it. If you're watching this, you probably felt it too. And there are powers that for probably thousands of years, if not hundreds, have subjugated and kept people down and out of their power. They discovered their power, and through egoic want, self-service, and lust, they lusted after their power and kept people down in the dark. Put up illusory images, facts, and propaganda all around to keep people confused and against each other and out of their power. And no one being can be depowered by force. Only that being can depower themselves. And this may be a hard concept to grasp until, maybe you realize, if you look from a certain angle, that there's so many things. Here, hold on. How do I want to put this? There's so many things they can do to keep you confused, keep you questioning and self-doubting. And when you're self-doubting, and you're fearing, and you're believing their agenda that they want you to help them co-create because they don't have the power to do it themselves, they hijack your mind to steal your power from you by your unconscious and subconscious permission. This is very tricky. This is trickster. This is, synonymous to, Loki and Satan and all these things that are looked at from that illusory, very manipulative point of view. It seems true at the time, but there's always a feeling if something is wrong or not true. In my experience, I've encountered energies, entities, beings that told me this is true, this is nothing but the truth, and you will know it. And I've seen through them time and time again, sometimes not instantly, but it always ends up being seen through, because though something can sound more convincing than anything you've ever heard in your entire life, the heart doesn't lie. Intuitive emotion doesn't lie. So, your intuitive heart can discern through all of this. Your intuitive heart knows how powerful you really are. Your higher self knows how powerful you really are. We're only tapped into a very small percentage of our power, and it can only be accessed in its full potential through heart-centered awareness. That's why the powers that were are failing. They are polluting. They're burning toxins into the air. They're increasing taxes. They're telling us everything negative is going to happen to keep us scared and divided, and putting up news to keep people scared and divided, instead of talking about the positives and the goods. Because if they keep people down in their lower energy centers out of fear, then the people basically act like batteries rather than conscious co-creators. Because we're still infinitely powerful in our heart, but if we're knocked out of our center, we're put down low, we don't question it, that energy's still there, but it's being used by other forces, other beings, other agendas. And as dark as all this sounds, if you're hearing this, it should make you very optimistic and to be aware of this, because no being can take advantage of another being without permission. We all have a very strong will, and will, through heart-centered awareness, can overcome the darkest and most obscured shadows. It shines through, it shines pure, and it clarifies and purifies and nullifies all the distortions. Like one mantra I say quite often is, if there are any dissonant or violatory forces within my energy field, or the energy field of my loved ones, or the energy field of my community and my planet, our community, our planet, if you are present, disband now. I am a sovereign being. We are all sovereign beings. We have the light within us. We are not here to be used, violated, or mistreated. We are powerful. We are strong. We are pure. We are love and light. And I also say, if you do not disband, then you will have to transform into love. Make your choice. Just as some wise teachers say, pray for demons, pray for devils, and stuff like that. It's true. A lot of these beings don't really want to be as dissonant and destructive as they are. They're caught up in their own propaganda and illusions. They've tricked themselves into these dissonant distortions that they manifest as. As crazy as it sounds, the greatest manipulators are the victims of their own profession. That's these demons. That's these other entities. That's these people. And I know I put out a video that says don't get caught in the label traps, and I say that's very true, but I use labels also for analogies and understanding to better describe and articulate things. So, looking at these through the lens of other entities and other forces, they can't steal your power from you. You have to give it to them. And being aware of this. Next time you see an agenda popped up that says something like, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, or this is going to happen over here and it's going to be bad, or people are going to starve, or everything's going to be fucked. If you hear stuff like this, well then, you have the opportunity to remove your emotional charge from fueling their plan. You can look at them and say, no, not your reality, my reality. And look in your heart center. Your higher self knows the purest reality you can manifest, and not your ego. Your ego is the fuel. It's got its purpose. But when integrated and humbled and respected for what it's supposed to be, our way of functioning and acting and being, while being in form as beings of spirit, the ego is a driving force. It is the fuel, and spirit is the manifester of the most pure intentions, the most pure manifestations that you can possibly imagine. And if you follow your higher self, you'll often find that you'll end up in situations that are so much more blissful and passionate than you could have ever imagined. You couldn't have planned it better in your conscious waking life. And there's also wise masters I know who've seen through the illusion of solidity, through to our source, the all mind that stems from nothing and is everything. It's beyond duality, it's paradoxical, but when one can see through this, one can alchemize their environment, their intentions, their spirit, and everything around them. Like some Zen masters, I'm not privy to this. I'm preaching what I know and teaching what I know, and I don't quite have this ability yet. If it's latent, we all have these latent abilities, as Christ taught and several other Zen masters taught throughout history, that we all have these latent abilities. But several of them could look at a spoon and bend it, see through that there is no real spoon, and just change the structure of the energy, see through that there is no real hot heat, and put their hands in fire and be unburned. See that could do several other examples that aren't on the top of my head right now, but I think you get the picture. And also with these PFA chemicals and stuff that have gone into our environment, I'm optimistic that each of us conscious creator beings can see through the illusion of the destructive capabilities of these chemicals and transform them into a more harmonious substance that ends up reintegrating into our environment peacefully and harmoniously. That is how the new world is going to be cleaned. That is how fifth dimensional consciousness is going to save and transform everything through conscious creation. Instead of trying to be, as Joe Dispenza put it, matter trying to change matter. Become energy to change matter. Become more wave, less particle. That's the space. That's the trick. There's infinite ways to access this through science, through metaphysics, through spirituality, through conscious awareness, through Zen. All of these are practices to achieve different facets and face of the same thing. And that is for us to consciously create a harmonious reality that our souls have always intended, but has been distorted through our reality lenses that have been obscured by distorted beings with wicked, dark, dissonant agendas. And I don't think these entities are evil at heart. None of us are evil at heart. Their lenses are more obscure than anyone's. And their souls are just as pure as yours. If we look beyond form, and we look beyond status, we look beyond all these things that we hold dear and valuable in society, we can see that we're soul, we're spirit, we're love and light. And with that, have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. Take your power back, and let's raise the vibrations together. Namaste.